Hello, welcome to all of you. In the biography section, today I am going to share with you about one of the renowned literary person, Lil Bahadur Kshetri. He was born in 1st March 1933 and left this mortal world on 13th March 2025, Thursday. Lil Bahadur Kshetri is a successful novelist in Nepali language who has been popular for his lucid language, clarity in thoughts, and coherent in ideas and presentation. As social realist and idealist novelist, he does not impose his thoughts on the readers but presents issues, problems, and paradoxes in a way he sees and observes and let the readers have their own option. He does not say what should be done but tells what the stark reality is. He has exposed exploitation under feudal society and sorry state of Nepalese people wherever they live and also the characteristics of the Nepalese society and the class system under which two categories of people, those who live by exploiting others and those who suffer from exploitation, live. Kshetri was born in Guwahati, Assam of northeastern India in 1923 and he grew there. He is an Indian national of Nepali origin. He completed his master's degree and started teaching economics in Guwahati, headquarters of the state of Assam. He studied Assami, Hindi, and English language, but his interest was more on his own mother tongue Nepali. Although he did not learn Nepali in school and colleges, he mastered Nepali language through self study. As a migrant Nepali living in the foreign land, he has seen plights and pain of other migrant Nepalese people in Assam. He felt pain when people unwillingly had to leave their motherland for economic, social, and cultural reasons and shed their blood and sweat merely to survival. The conditions of Nepali migrant workers and the circumstances that forced them to migrate from their motherland inspired and persuaded Kshetri to write. As a man of Nepali origin, he always loved Nepali language and Nepali culture. He was pained when he found little Nepali reading materials in Assam. When he was at his youthful age, he and his friends used to discuss Nepali language and literature, and they always felt a lack of Nepali literary works in Assam. As Chetri was already interested in literature and used to write in Assami and Hindi, some of his friends asked him to write in Nepali language. He then determined to devote himself to writing Nepali literature. When he started writing, he had no clue where to begin and what to write. He began with some short stories and essay in Nepali language. Later, he decided to write a novel, and that is Basai Migration. It took several days to begin the story. He then decided to begin with the condition and circumstances that compelled many Nepalese to migrate to foreign land. When he finished and published Basai in 1957, the novel instantly became popular and Kshetri was established as one of the successful novelists in Nepali language. The book Basai was included in the curriculum of the Tribhuvan University, which made it and its author more popular. Since then, he continued to write in Nepali language. He has contributed to different branches of Nepali literature, including essays, short stories, and novels. Apart from individual essays and other short stuff, he has so far come up with three novels: Basai Migration, Atripta Unfulfilled, and Brahmaputra Ko Cheu Chau, Banks of Brahmaputra, a collection of essays, आसाममा नेपाली भाषाको साह्रो गाह्रो Difficulties of Nepali language in Assam. He wrote a play, Do Bato, Crossroads, and a collection of short stories, तीन दशक 20 अभिव्यक्ति 20 expressions in 3 decades. Although Kshetri is multi-dimensional writer, his mastery is in novel and he is basically a novelist. He is more successful in novel writing than other genres of literature. Of the three novels he has so far written, his first novel Basai is the most popular and powerful. Basai is so popular that it has also been translated into English in the name Mountains Painted with Turmeric by Michael J. Hart and published by Columbia University Press in 2007. This shows the power of popularity of Kshetri's novel. Lil Bahadur Kshetri is social idealist and extent, extent, existentialist novelist. In his novels and other branches of writing, he has exposed social reality, exploitation, discrimination, and intrigue under which many Nepalese are accustomed to live. Basai is a novel that has been successful in exposing this social reality that is exploitative and discriminatory. Basai is written in the background of feudal social system that prevailed in Nepal prior to 1951 political change. Basai is a story of poor villagers who undergo suffering due to the exploitation of the feudal and so-called upper class of the society. The plot revolves around a poor family. Dhan Bahadur's family survives by tilling others' land as the family has no property of its own. Dhan Bahadur or Dhane is the central character who, despite hard work from dawn to dusk, finds it difficult to feed his family with his meager income. He has a sister, Juma, who has already reached the age of marriage. Dhane's worries are twofold. One is to feed and manage the family, and other one is to find a groom for his sister Juma. Destiny always against Dhane's family. He fails in every attempt of his life. Unable to support his family with his own meager income, Dhane has to take loan from a local money lender with the hope of paying it back once the harvest is good. As luck turns against him, he cannot pay the loan back and instead his loan amount keeps on multiplying with exorbitant interest rate. Meanwhile, the unscrupulous moneylender strips Dane of his remaining property that include a small plot of land and a house on it. Dane is thus left with no alternative but to leave the village and migrate to foreign land. One day, Dhane and his family leave the village with heavy heart and tearful eyes. Fate continues to be cruel against Dhane. He had a dream of marrying his sister Zuma with a handsome boy. In the meantime, a soldier, Rikute, happens to pass through the village and meets Zuma. Attracted by Zuma's youthfulness and beauty, he tries to lure her with a false promise of marrying and taking her to the city. Innocent village girl Zuma believes his words and falls in love with him. Zuma gets pregnant, but the soldier who had vowed to marry her just to have sexual pleasure ultimately vanishes and never returns. As Zuma is often ridiculed by the members of the society for being pregnant before marriage, she ultimately decides to commit suicide. But Motekarki, a village boy, comes to her rescue and decides to marry her. But this couple too cannot live in the village as the society does not accept the practice of marrying a pregnant woman who is carrying a baby of someone else in her womb. Motekarki and Zuma therefore flee the village and migrate to an unknown destination. This is how the novel comes to an end. In the novel, he portrays the feudal practice and social, economic, and cultural exploitation and suffering. At the same time, he has presented the brighter side by showing Motekarki's determination to marry Zuma against the social and cultural practice. This is a progressive aspect of the novelist, but the novelist seems to believe more in fate and his characters, including Dhane, Zuma, and Motekarki, take everything as an act of destiny and accept all kinds of sufferings, injustices, and exploitation quietly. Despite the bold and brave decision, Motekarki leaves the village, fearing social attitude towards him. The decision to marry a pregnant Zuma is a progressive step by fleeing the village after marriage is the result of his insecure mentality. 12 years after Basai hit the market, Chetri came up with the second novel, Atripta, Unfulfilled, in 1969. This is also a social and psychoanalytical novel that deals with the story of a migrated Nepali living in Assam who suffers from the suppressed sexual desire. The entire story revolves around Meghraj Jaisi, who is a well educated but suffers from inferiority complex and cannot face the society. This novel has portrayed the pervert mental condition and psychology of migrated Nepalese living in Assam. Meghraj is the central character of this novel who lures girls and exploits them sexually and finally vanishes. Chetri's third novel is Brahmaputra Ko Chhau, Banks of Brahmaputra. This is also a social novel which deals with the social and economic condition of the migrated Nepalese living in Assam. In this novel, Chetri has minutely presented the mentality and state of thinking and lifestyle of migrated Nepalese. In Basai, he has written about the difficult conditions that compel many Nepalese to leave their motherland. In Atripta, he has portrayed the unfulfilled desires, frustrations, and inferiority of the migrated Nepalese in the foreign land. Coming to the third novel, Brahmaputra Ko Chhau, he has been able to successfully present the vivid picture of the condition of migrated Nepalese living in Assam. Although Nepalese leave Nepal because of exploitation and feudal injustices, they meet similar kind of fate even in the new place. This is what the novel Brahmaputra Ko Chhau has shown. After reading all three novels, a reader may think that one novel is somehow related with the other. Although all the three novels are written on social theme and background, Basai is the most successful of all. Based on theme, plot, and presentation, Lil Bahadur Kshetri is a social realist and idealist writer. He has been successful in exposing social contradictions, exploitations, and discriminations that exist in the society in a minute and vivid manner, but he has not expressed his own opinion in regard to what should be done about such conditions. He remains neutral about the conditions and situations, which is yet another beauty of his authorship. He has written many, it means, writings so far. Lil Bahadur Kshetri is a renowned writer and he breathed his last at Guwahati on Thursday, 13 March 2025. He remained a chief editor of literary magazine Sabdapat. Murari Sigdel told to RSS. He was awarded or honored with the Jagdambasri Award in recognition of his contribution to the enrichment of Nepali language and literature through literary writing. He received many other awards, including Bhanu Award, the Padma Shri, India's highest civilian award by the Government of India, and many other awards and recognition he achieved during his lifetime. He will remain in our heart because of his literary contributions and devotion. This is just the short description. If anybody want to get the complete idea, he or she must have to go through his writings. Thank you for listening me about Lil Bahadur Kshetri, one of the renowned literary person who devoted and contributed his life to make the Nepali literature rich and richer. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.